We're here with Courtney Volkman, a freshman on the BSU volleyball team. Just talking about, you guys there's 3 of you from Wadena-Deer Creek High School who have made it here to BSU, and you guys went through a pretty interesting thing as seniors in high school. There was a couple tornadoes that hit the Wadena area, and much of the town was destroyed, and you guys kind of rallied around the city and got a state championship. Just talk about exactly what happened to the city of Wadena.
It was hit by a tornado. I don't know. It took out a lot of homes and stuff on one half of the town, and it took out our school and community center, and a lot of stuff like that. I don't know what.
Just talk again about just what the exact scenario, where you guys were when it happened, and exactly what was going on. Just walk me through the whole situation of that day.
We were in Bemidji at a volleyball tournament, and we were in the middle of one of our games when my dad and one of his friends came down to the court, and they pulled my mom aside, who's our volleyball coach, and said that our farm had been destroyed by a tornado. And then after that, we had heard that the city of Wadena was hit by a tornado. So then we're all going to pack up and head home, but then Bemidji had tornado warnings. So we had to go sit in the locker room for an hour before we could even leave town. And we had no cell service, and nobody could talk to their families, and I don't know, it was kind of scary and just a big mess. Then finally we got to head back, and after this, what seemed like the longest drive ever, you get home and there's a million people in our yard trying to clean up, or they're just staying there just looking at everything. And you get up to your yard and everything's just gone. Everything's just destroyed, and it's a huge mess. And I don't know, it was crazy.
Just what was the next couple weeks like, just getting back to Wadena and trying to clean up the farm and just the whole city? Just what was the whole atmosphere of the city like the next couple weeks after you guys got back?
It was pretty much everybody helping everybody to clean up. It didn't really matter who. There was helpers from other towns, from all over, helping out, and neighbors were helping neighbors, and everybody was out to help everybody.
Just talk specifically about the volleyball team, your teammates. Obviously, your mom's the coach. You're a major part of the team. Just what did they do specifically to help you guys out through this tough situation of you guys specifically losing your family farm?
Well, our volleyball team is very close. We're all kind of best friends and all. We're always together. And so literally every day there was always half the team was at least out there. And everybody was out there here or there and helping out and sending food or cleaning up or just things like that. And there was always people around and keeping us busy and stuff, so they always helped.
Obviously, a couple months later, you get into actual volleyball season, and your gym was taken out in Wadena. Just what was the whole, trying to get into the mode of volleyball? Obviously, that's not the first thing on your guys' mind. There's a lot of other things going on. Just what was it like to get back into volleyball season and try to focus on what was at hand?
I think by that point we were all really excited to get back in the gym, because we had high expectations going into the season, and we just, after everything that happened, we just wanted to play again, and we were just excited to be there. And I think, that's pretty much.
You obviously just get your season rolling, and you guys end up getting to the state tournament and eventually winning the state championship. Just what do you think that did to bring the community of Wadena together, the Wadena and the surrounding area, just with, just coming off a tornado, and you've got this volleyball team that you can kind of rally around? What do you think that did for the whole community?
I think it definitely got people's minds off of, it was the bad in the town, and it was just something good for people to come out and support us. We had a lot of fans last year. Our first couple games, the fans were sitting in folding chairs because we didn't have bleachers in our new gym, but it was packed. There were so many people in there, and then throughout the season they just kept following us, and I think it was just as much excitement for everybody else in the town as it was for us as the players, and I know they enjoyed following us too.
Just where was it exactly that you guys had to play with your gym being destroyed?
We had an elementary gym that was fine, and they had to fix it up. They repainted everything. They had to take out the bleachers because they were, like 50 years old or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And so they got new bleachers, and they cleaned it up really nice. Like right now they're using it, and it's a really nice gym. So.
Are they still in that gym?
Yep.
Or?
They're still, until they rebuild the new school, they're playing in there.
And is that where you practice? That's kind of just where everything happened?
It was actually really cool because our old gym was it was a really big gym, and I really liked it. But this one was a lot smaller, so it packed up, and it was just kind of fun having the fans so close to you, and it just made it really exciting actually.
Just how interesting is it that you guys, this is kind of where you were when everything went down, and now 3 of you and 2 teammates are back here playing at Bemidji State as freshmen. Just how, kind of comes full circle that you're right back here.
Yeah,
talk about that.
I guess I haven't really thought about that, but it's kind of weird. I know we went to the high school for watching a scrimmage last week, and we're like, oh, I remember the last time we were here, we were, we were sitting there waiting to leave for a tornado, but I guess it is kind of weird, but.
Just what exactly brought you guys to Bemidji State?
I think we all really like the campus, and the biggest thing, I think, it was close to home, and all 3 of us are, really close to our family and friends, and we wanted to be able to see them and them to watch us play. So I think that was probably the biggest thing. And then we had each other. We could all play here, and it was kind of fun being able to play with your best friends. Was that a big thing, just all 3 of you kind of staying together, just the close bond you kind of had in high school? Growing up, we always it would be so cool if we got to keep playing together, and now it actually, kind of happened. And I don't know, we've been talking about it, but we never actually thought it would happen. And then, Rachel signed earlier, or she said she wanted to go here earlier, and me and Kelsey were kind of looking around, and then we're like, let's just all go play together. So we did. Just how has it been going so far? Have you guys kind of stayed together through the first 2-3 weeks of college, adjusting to life here at Bemidji State, or what's it kind of been like? Yeah, we do everything together, and then we have a lot of our friends from high school here too that we're really close with. So we kind of have a group of friends that we you eat with or go to class with, and just stuff like that. Just how has it been adjusting to collegiate volleyball so far? I know you played at a pretty high level in high school, but how has it been adjusting to Division II volleyball so far? I think it's gone pretty good. At first, it's hard getting used to whole new teammates. We've had the same team for 3 years and even more with some players, and so learning your new teammates and getting to know each other, and I think that was probably the biggest part. But then I don't know, I think it's coming together pretty good.
Are you sure? Okay. Here with Rachel Craig, we're just to let you know, we're just doing a story on the 3 Wadena-Deer Creek girls, and just coming here as teammates and what you guys kind of went through last year with the Wadena Tornadoes, and just winning the state championship. Just first off, I kind of want to just get your account of the story of the Wadena Tornado and what kind of happened to you specifically, and then just kind of talk about, I know the Volkmans lost their farm, and just what you guys did to help their family out.
Well, we were actually in Bemidji at a volleyball tournament when we heard about the storm, and we didn't know exactly what was happening, but we did hear the Volkmans and another girl on our team, their house was totaled. And so we waited for a little bit because there was a tornado warning in Bemidji, and then we went back, and they couldn't really live in their house, the Volkmans. And my house was fine, but we just went, our whole volleyball team would go to their houses and help them clean up and find their things. And half of Courtney's family lived at my house for about 3 weeks, because they didn't have any place to go until they could find somewhere else. And we basically spent most of the summer together, cleaning up and just being together. And then when volleyball started, it was we were already together all summer, and we were just best friends, so we had really great team chemistry. And it kind of flowed into volleyball.
Just once you got into volleyball season, just what was it about the environment and the chemistry between you guys as a team that kind of propelled you forward to the state tournament and then the state championship in 2A?
Well, our whole team is best friends, and we spent all of our time together in volleyball practice and games. It was just fun because we just got along so well and worked together so well, and it was I don't know, we just had great team chemistry, and it showed when we played because we always knew where to go and everything was pretty perfect. And then we just kept winning, and when we got to state, it was
just what was it that kind of brought you guys here together? Was it always kind of a plan, or did it just kind of come together? Or?
Well, we all really wanted to play volleyball, and we were just looking around, and I know our coach would like go talk to colleges and be like, we have 5 players graduating, and then are you interested? And we like went around to visits, and then I don't know, I just really liked the Bemidji area, and then we contacted the coach, and he was really interested in all 3 of us, so that's what made us decide, I think.
Just how has it been so far? You guys, are about 3-4 weeks into, your careers at Bemidji State. Just how much have you guys leaned on each other so far through your first 4 weeks or whatever?
Well, it's been great having friends here because you can always talk to someone, and I'm not as shy as I probably would be if I was alone. So I don't know, and it's fun having them in practice and games because I'm used to them. So it just kind of helps get into the whole new team thing, having a few older people with me.
You guys just took your first road trip, played your first 4 matches as collegiate athletes. Just how did it go? And again, just how much did you lean on each other during this last weekend?
Well, I know I didn't really know exactly what to expect, but I think our first weekend went pretty good, and it was a bit different, but it was great having some people, like my old teammates, with me. I know we had our parents came and supported us. It was kind of like high school in a way, but not really. It was just a great experience.
Okay, we're here with Kelsey Crawford. Again, we've talked to Rachel and Courtney already, but just your account of everything that happened during the Wadena tornado. I know you guys were all here at a tournament, but just give your account of it.
Okay, well, we were at the tournament, as I'm sure you've heard, and then there was actually, we all wanted to go home and see how the Wilkins farm was, but then there was tornado warnings in Bemidji, so we all had to sit in a locker room where there was no service or anything, and we're all wondering how our families were themselves. And it actually turns out my grandparents' house was totaled, and my Dodge Neon, which was parked next to the high school, got totaled. So it was pretty sad. But yeah, a lot of it, I don't know, it really brought us closer as a team because we all were at Wilkins Farm all summer cleaning up, and we all, I don't know, it really helped being there for each other.
Just how was it personally for you? You said your grandparents' house was totaled. Just what did you have to do to help them out? Obviously, personal account for you.
That was really tough. They had to live at the lake also because they didn't have anywhere to go. So we just spent a lot of time there cleaning up too. It actually moved the house off of its foundation. So all summer they basically spent pouring the foundation and resetting the house back on top. But it was really hard because they're 85 years old. So it was hard to go forward with them.
Just, what was their response? 85 years old, probably a house they've lived in for years. Just, how have they done to just move forward since then?
It's pretty crazy. My grandma was actually sitting in the hallway when it happened because she couldn't get in the basement. So she sat in the hallway on her walker and just listened to it go through her alley. So she was really in shock for a while. She didn't know what had happened because when we left it was dark out for the lake. So when we did bring her back into town, she was just in shock. They have a brand new house now, so I think they like that. But the whole shock of it all is really hard on them, I'm sure, the most.
Just what has the adjustment been like in the town of Wadena? It's been a year now. Just how has the town just rebounded since the tornado?
I think they rebounded really well. Everyone kind of came together, and you would see people that I've never met before at my grandparents' house, and there was at least 200 people in the Volkman's yard when we pulled up. So everyone just really, you found out who your friends were, and everyone just came together for each other.
Just how do you think you guys helped as a volleyball team for something for the community just to rally around, winning a state championship, just a great season? Just what were you guys able to do to help the community?
It's really insane. Our first game, I'd never seen that many fans. Our high school gym got ruined, so we had to be in the tiny little elementary gym, but the entire gym was packed full, so it was really like a more homey environment. And I feel like it was just really good for everyone to get into a routine again and be able to come and watch matches and just have a unity again.
Just how has it been so far for you adjusting to Bemidji State? Obviously, like all the other 2 girls kind of said, you have each other to lean on. Just how has that helped you with the adjustment?
It's really good. I love it here already, and having those 2 here on the first couple of days was really nice because I was afraid, but now it's getting better, and I like all the girls on the team, so it's good.
Just how have the older players helped you adjust to life at Bemidji State?
Really well. We try and hang out a lot as a team, and if we're ever bored or anything, really good about it. I think they all know how it is to be a freshman, so they're really helping.
Obviously, your first weekend of competition was, this last weekend. Just how was that, just adjusting from high school to the college game?
It was really exciting. It's a lot faster, as I'm sure everyone says, but it was really fun, and I think I'm going to like it a lot more.
Just how were Courtney and Rachel able to just help you through that whole process?
It was really good to see a familiar face on the floor and always know, I know how they play already, so it was nice to just know, if I'm going to get that ball or if she is. With some of the other players, I'm not really sure yet, but those two I always know.
You were one of 3 freshmen to start, you and Rachel and Kelly Niles, correct? Just, how is it not only to play your first weekend, but start the first weekend of volleyball?
It's pretty scary because I feel like everyone has a sign on me that says I'm a freshman, so serve at me and hit at me because I'm not as good. But I think we're trying to hold our own and show everyone that we're good.